Holy dude! Stevie Y, what a hire. What a hire over here. The Detroit Red Wings have announced that the team has hired Nicklas Lidstrom, the perfect human himself, number 5 legendary defenseman, as vice president of hockey operations. This was about 20 minutes ago. The tweet has 6,000 likes and, what is that, 2,000 retweets because everybody is excited to see it. You know the Ottawa Senators meme? The fans are excited. We're excited. The players are excited. This is, I think, one of the only situations where that kind of thing is pretty applicable. Nick Lidstrom has been hired. He is back in Detroit, everybody. And, I mean, he's one of the best defensemen to ever play the game, let alone one of the best Red Wings to ever play the game, too. This is just awesome, dude. This is crazy. Let's go over the press release and read it here so we can have ourselves a little bit of a... Oh boy, I don't know what the right word to say is that I can say without actually getting this video flagged. We can have some appreciation, let's just say. I was about to say a lot more of a vulgar word, but that's probably not appropriate. Red Wings Executive Vice President and GM Steve Yzerman today announced that the team has hired Nick Lidstrom as Vice President of Hockey Operations. One of the most decorated players in NHL history, Lidstrom, 51, will be involved in all aspects of hockey ops for the Red Wings in his new role. He spent his entire 20-season NHL career with Detroit, joining the organization as a third-round draft pick, 53rd overall, in the 1989 NHL Entry Draft, debuting for the team in 91-92, eventually serving as their captain in his final 6 seasons with the club in 06 to 2012, before retiring May 31st of that year. His number 5 was retired by the organization in the 2013-14 season, and he was inducted into the Hall of Fame in 2015 in his first year of eligibility. Lidstrom's on-ice accomplishments are headlined by 4 Stanley Cup championships in 97, 98, 02, and 08, the last of which made him the first European-born captain to hoist the Stanley Cup. He still ranks as the highest-scoring defenseman in franchise history, amassing 1,142 points in 1,564 career games, while sitting second among players at any position in Red Wings history in playoff production with 183 points in 263 games, which stands as the NHL record for postseason games played for a single franchise. The Red Wings qualified for the playoffs in each of Lidstrom's 20 seasons. My gosh, like, okay, I didn't know that when I read this article. I knew everything else, but like 20 straight years of going into the playoffs? I know the team had that long streak of being there, but Lidstrom being there every single season was crazy. It makes him just one of 2 players, Larry Robinson, in NHL history to play in at least 20 seasons and never miss the playoffs. He was also awarded the Conn Smythe Trophy as the most valuable player in the playoffs in 02. He became the first European-born and trained player to win the Norris Trophy as the NHL's best defenseman, and went on to claim the trophy on 6 more occasions: 02, 03, 06, 07, 08, and 2011. Yeah, a year before retiring, he wins the Norris. Like, how crazy is that? He was named to the NHL All-Star Game in 12 seasons and finished on the NHL's first All-Star team 10 times and on the second All-Star team twice. He produced at least 60 points in 9 of his seasons with the Red Wings and holds a single-season franchise record for assists and points by a defenseman, a native of Västerås, Sweden. Sorry if I butchered that. Lidstrom is also a member of the exclusive Triple Gold Club with a Stanley Cup championship, a World Championship gold medal, and an Olympic Games gold medal too, which he acquired in 06. This page right here, the Lidstrom hired as Red Wings Vice President of Hockey Operations page on the Red Wings website, is just the ultimate flex for anybody who is going out there saying, okay, sorry, I only got into hockey like 2 years ago. I don't know who Nick Lidstrom is. Like, you read this article and you see everything he has done, and you're just like, oh wow, this was a great player. Great player. 20 straight seasons, being there, being in the playoffs, winning the Norris however many times he did, winning the Stanley Cup 4 times, winning all the championships and the gold medals in the way that he did. Lidstrom was an absolute monster, and this doesn't even quantify, this article right here doesn't quantify just how well liked he was, and what exactly about his game was it that made him so effective. You see the points, you see, okay, yeah, he's gone out there with 1,000 points in 1,000 games, he's doing all this great stuff, but like, this doesn't really encapsulate why Lidstrom was such a good player. He was one of the smartest to play the game on the blue line. He was so good that, like, you can talk about the production because, I mean, having 1,000 points as a D-man certainly is no shy feat, but whenever anybody talks about Lidstrom, especially former players, they always talk about how smart he was in his own zone, how it would be so difficult to get around this guy, how he would angle you off so properly that you would have nowhere to go except into the boards, how his play and his hockey mind just worked in a way that ascended that of a regular NHL player, which is why he was so effective in all areas of the ice. He was so good at shutting everybody down while also putting up 60 points a year that there's a reason why Nick Lidstrom was nicknamed the perfect human. Not to mention the fact that his off-ice work, his love for the fan base, the fans' love for him, it was all very reciprocated, and he was just seen as a very integral part of the Red Wings' off-ice systems and what they had in their community. He was their captain for such a long time. Nick Lidstrom, everybody, is back in Detroit, and hand in hand with Steve Yzerman, he's going to be going over here, making decisions, working with the team. You want to talk about a team that has another player in Moritz Seider, whom everybody has been kind of comparing to, reluctantly, of course. Nobody's going out there and straight up saying that Seider is going to be Lidstrom, but, like, there are statistics that kind of favor Seider and his development so far. There are things that Seider does in the game today where he spins around guys and throws very great passes up the middle in overtime. There's such a high level of pizzazz and efficiency to his game in both zones that, I mean, when it comes to young defensemen, there isn't really anybody else that stands out to me since Lidstrom on the Red Wings than Seider today, but having Lidstrom now on this team, working with the players, working with Seider, oh boy, this is going to be great. He picked a fantastic time to come on board, I'll say that right here. Lidstrom going out there and being hit up by Steve Yzerman saying, hey, you know, the Wings are now sort of a playoff team. They've got a really good young defenseman in Seider, whom I bet you've seen. They've got a really good Swede in Lucas Raymond. They're both new guys on this team. They're both probably going to have a shot for the Calder. They're both giving the fans something to cheer about. You want in on this, Nick? You want to come back to Detroit and suit up as the vice president of hockey operations so you could oversee everything, be the watcher out here? Man, it's exciting to be a Red Wings fan, isn't it? Very, very exciting. Talk to me in the comments, what are your thoughts about Nick Lidstrom coming back to the Wings? I want to ask something else, though. What is your favorite Nick Lidstrom moment? Not like now, him coming back to the team, but like when he was playing. He made his debut all the way back in the 90s. He retired in 2012, so he has a long tenured career of moments and history behind it. Let me know in the comments what are your favorite moments about Nick Lidstrom. Was it his immediate debut and his effectiveness right away? A lot of people like to talk about how the Red Wings knew they had themselves a gem when Lidstrom made his debut, but the NHL didn't really see it until years 3, 4, or 5. Was it that first Norris that he got? Was it the last Norris that he got? I remember personally when he won that last Norris and being like, okay, what the heck? This guy's like 41. Now, to be fair, I only really got into hockey that season in 2011, so it was kind of strange to me how all the award winners, you know, the Selke, Kessler, the Art Ross, Daniel Sedin, the Lindsay, and all that stuff, all these guys going out there winning these awards. I was like, these guys are like 30, in their 20s? Like, how the heck is a 41-year-old winning the Norris for the best defenseman in the league? I was very new to hockey. I didn't really know too much about Lidstrom nor the Wings or anything. So just seeing everything unfold the way it did in 2011, that's kind of my favorite moment because I didn't really have any other moments that I watched live on TV. But if you do have more than that, then hey, let me know in the comments. What is your favorite Lidstrom moment? There is 2 decades worth of moments to go out there and talk about. So talk to me in the comments all your opinions of him coming back to the Wings. I hope you enjoyed this video. And bye.